Buenos días, queridos alumnos de Cela Spanish School Online. In today's class, we will explain the conjugation of verbs that have a vowel change in the stem in the present tense. This video is part of the material of our online Spanish courses for self-study. This video is available in Spanish. I recommend you to watch the video in Spanish as well. Some verbs are irregular in the present tense because they have a vowel change in the stem. These changes may have the following characteristics: de a, I, de o, a, u, de u, a, u, y de a, I. Let's see this in detail. As you already know, in Spanish we have three groups of verbs: those that end in ar, those that end in and those that end in ir. In this chart, we have verbs with vowel change from e to ie of all verbal groups. Pensar ends in ar and has the characteristic endings for this group of verbs: o, as, a, amos, ais, an. And has vowel change: pienso, piensas, piensa, pensamos, pensáis, piensan. Querer is a verb of the second group, ends in and has the characteristic endings for this group of verbs: o, es, hemos, eis, en. It changes from e to ie in the stem: quiero, quieres, quiere, queremos, queréis, quieren. And preferir is from the third group, ir, and has the endings for ir verbs: o, es, imos, is, en. And vowel change in the stem: prefiero, prefieres, prefiere, preferimos, preferís, prefieren. You may have noticed that nosotros and vosotros do not have vowel change. These persons don't change. There are many verbs that have this irregularity. There is no way to know in advance if a verb is irregular. You have to make a list and practice them. To conjugate them, you must first look at the verb group for the ending. The change from e to ie occurs on the vowel of the syllable before the final syllable. Nosotros and vosotros do not have vowel change. Some common verbs with this irregularity are cerrar, comenzar, empezar, perder, calentar, sentir, mentir, entender, encender. We also have verbs that change from o to ue in all three groups. Volar, vuelo, vuelas, vuela, volamos, voláis, vuelan. Poder, puedo, puedes, puede, podemos, podéis, pueden. Dormir, duermo, duermes, duerme, dormimos, dormís, duermen. These verbs have the characteristic ending of their group and vowel change in the first three-person singular and in the third-person plural. Nosotros and vosotros do not change. Other common verbs in this group are encontrar, recordar, probar, soñar, sonar, mostrar, contar, volver, morir. The syllable that has the vowel change is the penultimate. In the group of verbs that change from u to ue, there is only one, jugar, to play games or sports. To play an instrument is tocar. Juego, juegas, juega, jugamos, jugáis, juegan. Nosotros and vosotros don't change. All verbs that change from e to e are of the third group. They all end in ir. Vestir, visto, vistes, viste, vestimos, vestís, visten. Nosotros and vosotros don't change. Other verbs in this group are, for example, seguir, pedir, repetir, servir, medir. We always tell our students that in Spanish each tense has its own irregular verbs. For example, cerrar in the present tense has a vowel change, but in the pretérito indefinido it is regular again, cerré. However, there are certain lines of irregularity. Verbs with a vowel change in the stem has this change in the present tense, in the imperative, and in the present tense of the subjunctive mood. In the present subjunctive, the verbs that change from e to e are irregular in all persons. Now, as always, we will do some exercises together. Let's complete the sentence with the corresponding verb in the present tense. Let's remember that, as we have explained, nosotros and vosotros do not change. Hoy llueve mucho. We will not translate the sentences. You can see the translation in the description of this video. El abuelo juega con sus nietos en el parque. Mi madre se viste muy elegante para ir a todas partes. Podemos probar la salsa. Las clases empiezan a las 9 de la mañana. ¿A qué hora cerráis la librería? Pedimos una pizza. No tengo ganas de cocinar hoy. El camarero nos sirve el plato del día. There are some verbs that are doubly irregular. They have he in the first person singular and also a vowel change in the stem. We will explain these verbs in the video on irregular verbs with he in the first person. We invite you to watch the video as well. On our website, you will find information about our online Spanish courses. Nos vemos pronto en otra videoclase.